And we're back. Sorry, I didn't make it take it seriously, but in the news, this is gonna be about as the news. I was gonna make a video of another video of some news about information about this, see what is going on. Special news to see what's good with information about hospitals. Eventually, I will tell you about it. But yeah, so everything again. But again, look at back. Now white things in a while. Right now, it is 7:02 p.m. And it's almost night. But it's still a little sunny. A little light out there. It's about to be night when I'm at. Looking back. And I'll tell you the reason why I didn't. Because the reason why I didn't make it because when I emailed hospitals and a guy worked for the hospitals about the planning of when I emailed hospitals about the planning of my script of during our meetings that the fans we would want it, and I'll even give them an idea about them making my YouTube series and make a script for that, and it ain't even respond. So that's the reason why I was very disappointed. Very disappointed what they did, and it's irritated me. And not only that, it irritates a lot of fans about it. And we had to give it a shout out to Daft Fighting for podcast for that one. And that's disappointing. I think that's the reason why that I didn't make the podcast this reason because I was disappointed that one of the people in the hospitals and spawned it because I gave them an eye, like I said this second ago. They didn't even about it. I was frustrated because I've been planning for 2 years about the idea about having this way, and I get it that we had the reboot of Power Rangers that they've been done, and I get it with the reboot, but if you wanted to disappoint the fans, but I still don't know what to do. So that's disappoint me. But otherwise, it's still gonna end what they did with Jace did, David Frank. That's irritates me. And another thing is, last year is actually 20 years anniversary of Ninja Storm. That's the reason why. It's supposed to be happening there too. It didn't happen again. And I wish I would have known it. I mean, forgot it that last year is the Ninja Storm anniversary for that. And when other Len Rings who passed away, they couldn't do any anniversary. By Dino Thunder, on the other hand, they still do. Which I take some elements from these seasons. Each souls that spar by that, come up with the original plans and all that. The same thing they even Jason David Franks also. And we're gonna talk about Spawner too. So we're gonna put out some next too. Meanwhile, we got special news about the reboot that shout out to Mr. Winnie Production. He give us a lot of fans. Give me a lot of news about Hasbro. So and what did I even think about my opinion about it? From honest opinion, it will also be no Arsenal's, then also it's gonna be disappointing. And otherwise, the fans will be really disappointed and they'll be furious about anything. If, like I said, I really don't care about the toxic fans about it because, and some of them, it's called criticism and hate. Yeah, but yeah, and another thing that it bothers me about that because we do know that they supposed to be come here 2 years ago, and I've been told all my folks in school that I've been playing with about this. So the script they're supposed to be helping me at the time because I don't know what the characters or what my character is supposed to say, and it didn't happen. That didn't happen. That's the reason why, like I said earlier, I didn't even make the podcast. And that didn't even happen. So I might as well make a video about why they didn't come married. And that's really irritate me and hurts a lot of my feelings about it because autism, like me, who come up with this drawing like that, and I will show you for my community posts. I made drawing for this ideas. I get them on idea for the hyenas. And that's really irritating me very much what Hasbro says we're done. I mean, when I first realized Ethan Waters realized about Disney, and I understand you're supposed to be taking a break of that. But another 2 years and another 6 years, for example, that we all fans that we all promoted about them owning for Hasbro's to get them what we wanted. We get them an idea for as we wanted, and that's why I was furious right now. So here's the actual. I know it's not as good as usual. And been drawing for years. And I call this, I can't pronounce it, but I will name it. But this one creature for the original monsters that I drew. If you saw my community post on that, please come check it out. 2 creatures, 2 original monsters, and I finished with 5 rangers of the morphin rangers. I'm about to do 2 rangers of each of my drawings. I know it's not what's absolutely perfect, but I was trying to be as accurate and good as the other drawings. Most Disney. Because one of my YouTube buds is drawing for inspiration when I first came to his channel. No, when I first came to his, when I first came to his podcast or his live streams on his channel, he did show me about the last year, 20 years anniversary of Power Rangers. No, sorry, 30 year anniversary of Power Rangers. No, is it 2 years? Is it a year? Yeah, it's probably a year. It's probably a year when he first came to this channel. I mean, when I first came to his channel, he making the first comment about Jason David Franks. When I make a video about disappointment about this situation, I would have been coming at. I wish I would have come back sooner about that. And then other news we're going to be talking about is Well, before we talk about the news, but that's the reason why I'm going to be talking about this disappointment news. I mean, some disappointing news that didn't happen 2 years ago that we're supposed to set up Wade and April. And I don't know what we're going to tell my folks. That's what I'm going to tell my folks and my friends. And I bet they're going to be very disappointed and very upset with Hasbro's. And shout out to the guy, Dev Fighter Program, because the reason why they are going so quiet was the season of hyenas. I understand that they're doing our hyenas for the movie. John is independent. We get sorry about it, but if we wanted to make not even make the suits, not only for the suit but the scene, each character that we wanted to do. Water fans will be disappointed. And otherwise, Iron Swings fans, for my opinion, if they're not going to do Mighty Morphin, why don't they even take the elements from the Blue Comet? And eventually, they just want to do their own original thing. See how the fans like us, man. So I don't know. We're going to see how it goes. But other than that, they're not going to want it if they're not going to take for an inspiration from the elements from each show from Mighty Morphin from Blue Comet. And we also heard that we get in the Green Wings for each character, so I'm still not going to believe in that Jojo guy. Because these one assholes must be telling him or want to be support to this guy. So otherwise, I'm very, very disappointed what they did. And it's really not fair. Because we would have had so many fans that watched our series if they came over there to help us with the pawns and had a studio over there. It's empty. I was still making my scene, but 2 years from now, what's going to happen? That didn't happen again. Yeah, that really didn't happen again. And I bring one person, he can also, if you look in his community posts, we'll send you guys the link to why they should never hire this guy and making a big mistake. So that's why a lot of fans will be furious about this. I just don't understand why that they didn't came over here they didn't came over there 2 years ago when we were trying to emote them. I emote them almost 2 years ago about the project that I'm calling in that episode for series before they go on doctorate. I wish they would have let me know email them sooner. They only emailed me one time actually on Twitter. And I even texted about them cover and they didn't bother me and I realized they didn't even come again. So I understand and shows the there's no like dying for a concert for it. But the fans folks like my folks, my school teachers, we love to meet them so much, but they didn't even bother to come by here because we supposed to have it at Parade and Marin for the first time, but in Salisbury, that didn't happen. That's why people's gonna be furious about this gonna happen. And I've been playing this and writing a script for 2 years, and I had to rewrite it because it looks messed up, and I did it with my iPod. Sometimes with this phone, but mostly with my iPod. For my character that I'm going to be playing, Mason Tumor, and I even make a video what this scene, what this series is going to be about. It's going to be about Richard Rangers came over there. It will be some sunshines, but it's going to be all virtual. Take it especially from MPR toy style. Because he uses his toys. He's making. Hey, what's going on? So yeah, and I even told him about, hey, what's going on? And I even told him about the disappointing news. Just talking about recently about disappointing news that's happened to me, and it's talking about spitting news about Power Rangers, and it supposedly happened. Do you have the? I do, but I think I don't have it, so I might get it soon. But I don't have it right now. But eventually, I will get it soon. I will have to hook it up. So yeah, VR. Oh yeah. No, I don't have VR right now, but I will get it soon. That's one reason it disappointed me with Hasbro's. I even gave them an idea of my series that the fans would have loved, because all the fans love my year, including my future friends. And I know they're gonna be super furious about it too. When I told them about what they're actually done, and I had to give them the bad news to my teachers about them not coming over there for after 2 years that they're supposed to be coming. That didn't even happen. I was mad about it. I was excited about it. Oh, my name is. Oh, don't forget me. It's ends are here. But I'll take the credit. But yeah, I was just talking to fans about why I didn't make the podcast, because the squid I'm supposed to be doing. I mean, I'm going to do it, but I email. Oh, my name is Boss. Oh, what's going on, dude? What's going on, Boston? Uses. That's the reason why he didn't use her name. It's probably use other YouTube names as Boston. Yeah, that's the reason why that they didn't come over there to my state, and I was so doing. But yeah, what's going on, man? Oh, girl, my God, line one. It also was morphin time. Yeah, I wish I would do it, but I quit my job. But I will tell you to stay that with the Salisbury. If I had social media, I had Instagram, you can follow me on there, and I even put my scripts as well. I wish I would have told you that, but I was so all I can tell you that I live in Salisbury, Maryland. And I'm very desperate about what did actually done to me. It's happened bad, almost happened. I was going to eventually make that yesterday and start making a link about why I didn't come on here, and you know. So again, basically what you do. And the next, now we're gonna start to the next one. That's what I'm gonna say, but it's the reboot of the Power Rangers Johnson's a project of Power Rangers reboot. So honors the Penguin, and we will have to agree with Dev. Um, and in other news of the reboot, I do have to agree with that, because they don't have to be changed very much. I'm trying to get rid of everything, but if they're trying to do that, then we might as well not do it once to reboot. If they're trying to mess things up and just make it really like, man, we wanted to be as good as possible and make the suit. If they're not gonna do money in the fight scenes, and we do have to agree them because they're trying to replace, they're trying to push agendas with this crap, with this seriousness mass of female Wing Rangers. We only had 3 Wing Rangers already. We don't actually need none. I had to disagree with this guy, Twitter, Jason Gonso. We don't need another female Wing Ranger, and I'm gonna be honest with people. We don't need another Wing Ranger because we don't know it is concerned or not. I was Hasbro's. Let us know. And I really wish they would have given us an information by now, because that's the reason why they are so quiet. And I made a comment with this other YouTube. That's why I was waiting on them. And I've been waiting for 2 years about it, like I said earlier about them. So that's why in April, I'm planning on doing a YouTube series. That's why I started to make my own scripts to make the fans really happy. And I even sold my friends off my script. If you guys see my community post, I made my scripts and I had to redo the other one. It wasn't a Mason Tuber. I will show you what I made my video just about yesterday. Give me a second. Let me show you guys right here in my script. And if you go check on out, the video will come on April 1st because it will be our year. So, if you guys check this out. Hold on. Let's see if I get a little closer. If you guys check this video, just watch my video because I made it just like yesterday, but it don't come on till April. So I might as well show you this to hear you guys like it. I made a new logo of the UT series since April of the anniversary of Dino Thunder. So what's this? So what do you guys think? It will be coming on April. I will put a post on that, so you guys will check on that. Yeah. What you guys think? Because I made it just like yesterday, but like I said, it doesn't come until April. And I'm gonna make another logo of that. So that's why I make my own scripts. So lots of fans will like it. And I even make a Power Ranger, new logo of Power Rangers. Even this, it's, yeah, excuse me, but yeah. Let me show you again. Even this, that's the new era, but it's going to be the UT series. Because I'm the one who make this fan logos, you know, some people ask me how you make these vocals, and shout out to him. Shout out to everybody. You guys are the fans, and the reason why you guys are the greatest. You guys are the greatest because you support the Mighty Years content. So shout out to everybody. You guys are the greatest and amazing fans. It's more for time. So wait, April will get here, and May will be my first trip of New York. Now I did see some movies about New York. I haven't been with New York, so it would be my first time being in New York. So I will possibly ask when we'll make a vlog on that sooner in April. No, not April, but May. So yeah. This is really good because all this I will also make that so sooner. So yeah, the reboot. Yeah, get back to the reboot. Like I said, like pretty agreed 10, 20, 30 minutes ago about that. The reboot, some of the fans is not going to police it if you're trying to make of the boot. And we do also heard that Tommy is going to be a ranger, and we don't want it to be ones of she will be the walkie train and not take the lead. Otherwise, they would be so completely lose their tempers and also we're not about it. And that's the good thing that I white must squirts about it from my series. So the water fans, and like I said, the time that from 2 years from now, it will probably be too late for them because a lot of fans will be what will be once our series. And they will start liking our series. It will be popular then. And like I said, but the time that we will be finished for Hasbro's one of these days, they will still we be watching our series up to 20 years anniversary that I've been planning on to do. And I've been planning to like these series, the short films, the fight scenes, the rituals monster or whatever you want to call that. But I'm still gonna use and put the helmet. Sometimes we'll probably have them make the awesome ones. It's not gonna be borrow them. We'll probably have toy to make the S ones instead of borrow them. They will probably make them S ones usually, because they always can make them S ones, or they will probably have somebody who make the S ones from Japan and send them that, get them NASA suits, and teach them and tell them how to make them the materials and stuff of the suits, the Power Ranger suits. It's pretty cool. But yeah, but like I said, the time, by the end of the day, we still all lose good, but another weird reasons for that. We're gonna see how it goes. But other than that, we don't want, from our opinion, and we all been talking about it that we don't want, and we all be having talking about it. Oh no, that we don't want anything to do that, and all don't want female lane racing because I feel like it's gonna ruin the franchise. How Power Rangers will be good in the first place. Yeah. And we don't know how it goes and goes. And it probably named Jason David from the Champions Moon. So Tommy is also the best character that we even have. Tommy was the best king that we even have. Jason David Franks, I would have gotten him sooner. but I don't know. And we're gonna be talking about and mostly we don't know what the soup will be look like. Hopefully they will make the goodest soup as usually. But other than that, we just give you our ideas, what the fight sings, and we all do know that when I first watched the 2017 movie, we don't want them to be like 2017. We want them to do original things. It's like Hasbro just want them to even go into another level for the modern audience like us. Put our budget for that. They don't have lots of money for that one. For Jonathan and Porcel project. But meanwhile, they are starting to focus on Kawaii Kid. And I also remember doing Kawaii Kid kick when I was 5, watching that. And I would have used it for self defense. I really wish I did because I would. And then I would probably use Boston, Kawaii, Kung Fu. I would also mix it all together. Choose with Bruce Lee style. And I really wish I would have run it as a kid, little kid, because I would have really, what's the mean, It's called self-defense, because like Jason Davidson always said, fighting is always a problem. And I do agree with him. And I would have told him that we don't have self-defense here, and I wish we did, but Delaware has self-defense, so we get for the reboot. Yeah, but the time that, like I said, for my squid and for my series and for everything, we started playing, and then even bothered to happen. But the time this stuff is completely finished, but the time they would be completely like 2 year, almost a year later, come by there. Everyone would still watch our show. Everyone would still be watching our series, and they will probably be watching by now. But meanwhile, we're still working on my. I still working on my script. The characters of Once Upon a Heroes of a New Ranger with 3 heroes teams: Ninja Turtles, X-Men, and Power Rangers teaming up together, going against them for trying to destroy their own dimensions, but just said hero dimensions. Then we see 3 Harari's heroes. They came from a different one from New York, came from a different world from taking the special for Marbles or Power Rangers, Super Legend, whatever you want to call that. For Avengers, especially for that, or Jimmy Neutron, Tammy Tim from the crossovers, whatever you wanted to call that. But just so you guys know, I will probably take some elements for that, fighting against each other, and they also join forces. They mentioned almost explained them as Jason did. Thanks. As Tommy Editor versus Jason, or Jason versus Tommy, for Mighty Morphin. Also break down spell, defensive who they really are. And we also know that we was a Power Rangers, Legend Warriors, known as crossover with the Street Fighters, Wu. Also became Wu Ranger. Or Quentin Hawk, I forgot. Quentin Hawk Ranger, It's just pretty cool that it asks for getting upgraded. It's pretty epic. I watched it a few years ago. It's pretty amazing. Shout out to Jason Evans and West Movies. So, by the time that Jonathan Project finished with Power Rangers reboot, the fans would have watched our series, and it would be 100% Will popular by then. But they're not gonna be watching it anymore. They will probably watching the Super Sentai. The play, it would be 10 times a thousand times better than they actually did. Then Hasbro would have realized it by now. And we're gonna do spawn this. Going to respond it. And also Gordon and mrweenieproductions Productions. First time was spawning for YouTube. I never do was spawning on YouTube before. Or as before we get to it, I just wonder what's doing for Jason Damon. Also St. John. We also heard that also St. John. So no one was, but it would be another time. But I just want him to know that we all want him to be careful. We don't want him to be a lot of trouble for that. But it would be another time. We don't want him to be a lot of trouble because we all support for him, and we don't want him to be selling hippo stuff and trying to, for my opinion, and just stick with the positive stuff instead of doing the negative theories because that would be wrong, and it was a lot of fans for that. So my advice, he will still be a Red Rangers no matter what their people were trying to say. Also, St. John, we are our best Ranger at all times. If you watch this, and it will be probably like in April, we'll probably had an interview with him in April. So my explanation to him, also St. John, he probably, having a good time. Or we probably will play chicken talents. I does have an idea, come up with this idea what game we're gonna be playing. That he knows what each characters from Saban, Blue, Hasbro's. That all Red Rangers will be come up with a thing, if he has to guess that what. And I know he know a lot of them, but some of them from Disney he probably do know something. And I heard it that he's gonna meet Kevin Dehaney for the first time, but he didn't meet Kevin Dehaney. Matt is also team for the first time. He almost met him, but he did also met Jason David Franks. Shout out to these guys. Watching. I did watch this movie Fun Fact. I did watch Kevin Dehaney's movies and cartoons. Shout out to him. For my advice to him, we'll probably have a interview him, and I mean a real person this time, not a fake one. Because what happens the last time, whoever this person who's trying to make pretend is them, that's wrong. She never done that. That's what I'm doing, and I'm not doing it anymore. This never valid to done that. But a real person is him. Also St. John was a Red Ranger. And it will be in another time. It will be it will be tomorrow's live stream questions. So yeah, that's why I didn't get So yeah, trying to stick with the quote, the positive quotes about the fans taking his helmets from Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan. Christopher Noise, and I did watch Christopher Noise so many times. It's like his spinning kicks his ass was pretty good so far. It's like a big technique. It's like a spin attack. Then use a spin trick kick. So it's just kind of cool. Shout out to Christopher Noise. Not Christopher, Chuck Noise. Sorry, Chuck Noise. Best actor, colliding expert actor at all times. Let's see. Yeah, but take your ailments for the good clothes, the positive clothes, not the negative clothes, because we do know on it that we don't want to be a lot of trouble with this, We just want you to know that we care a lot about you, making a hero is a bad thing, You don't want to be like the lesson, like India. It's a bad thing, So also to John, will do an interview if you watch this video. Also to John, if you watch this, we'll probably interview in April. Probably come up with this Ranger challenge with play on and see if you could guess on all the Red Rangers. If you know what I know you know on some odds, but it'd be hard for you. We would give you one hint, but you're a Red Ranger, We just want you to play on to be safe, We don't want you to be in a lot of trouble and stuff. Just when you know. You still are Red Rangers, you just got to stick with the positive instead of the negative, Walter Jones, shout out to you. Black Ranger, you be next. Meanwhile, stick with Walter Jones, so keep them straight, so you change your ways, You don't want to be in a lot of mess. I know you understand what Amy Jo Johnson, technical stuff and all Trump stuff, who knows? But if you know what I mean, you just want to come up with this story. I understand it. But the best thing also to John is to stick with the positive. All he cares about it, the fans. You don't want to be like a person taking advantage with the person who did to you a long time. I mean, they are your fans, Try not to let you down, never give up, and always keep believing yourself too, Remember, you taught us everything about believing yourself when you first started Power Rangers. Now it's for you to feel the same way. Believe in yourself. Never give up and always believe in yourself. That's all you gotta do, is believe yourself too. And you told us anything, just like your own tone. You gotta believe yourself a lot. Just never give up for your life. Just want to be careful with doing this. Trying to sell something else, like the good clothes that cares about the fans, that fandom. Like, I don't know. Take the good clothes from these sells you like. Even though you cares about, though, always be our Red Rangers. Teamwork, courage, everything. You always have to stick by listening to your instinct for your heart. For the people that really cares about your life. For the fans. Not only for fans, but family. Friends. That's how it matters, And we don't want, and you know it. I mean, you're a Red Ranger. And that's how it matters. Support on City John, the Red Ranger at all times. We're going to interview him in April. So, yeah. The next thing was spawning, and now we're going to respond. Excuse me for speaking, but we're going to respond for mrweenieproductions. I did see his videos so many times, and I also seen his fan morph. I wish he would have done like an epic It's pretty cool. And I love his videos where he did toys. If he did notice that I got my Power Ranger stuff now. My Power Ranger for now. But before that, I only didn't have one. I did have one as a kid, only a purple one. And purple Jungle Free Morpher. Wolf Morpher. And a white Morpher or the weapon like that. But now I do have these Power Boys now. But before that, 7 years ago, I only wish that I wanted this stuff. But now I finally got it when I wanted. After all these 7 years that I actually wanted. After 7 years that I actually wanted. After 7 years, not only 7 years, but about 9 years from now. Oh God. 9 years from now, 9 years from now. Yeah, it was 9 years from now. Now I finally got what I want. I've been asked Mom for so many times and I want one. Now I finally got a Japanese terms for the first time. The first time I got me a Japanese toy is last year. And now I finally got it. Now I finally got what I wanted. I finally gonna get the new store coin. It's only missing for the coin. That's it. But we'll get it the coin soon. These are the Japanese toys. These one is Hasbro's. I would have bought it from Bandai. If their price in eBay was low, instead of them going so high. This one is Bandai. It's not Hasbro's. It's actually Bandai. But at least it's actually almost accurate as possible. So it is too. Both of them is Bandai. All of these is Bandai. But they're Japanese. They're really accurate one from the shows. Like this. So about these two. Yeah, people like the fans love Bandai a lot then. I suppose so. So yeah. About these morphers. Now, years later, I finally get what I actually wanted. After all these years that I actually wanted, I'm more like collector now. I can be collector whenever I want it. But yeah, I'm more a collector now. Collect these things. Probably can use it for my series. I got these two. If I get RPM, not this one, the other RPM Secret Morpher thing, then I will probably have a friend of mine do the fan morph with me. One over there who lives 3 blocks away from me, also likes from my house. So I'm probably would do a video clip with him, talk to him, and then I'll probably test him about it. Then we'll probably come over outside. Let me see. Wednesday, we'll probably hang out with him, and then we'll probably ask him to do a fan morph for me, and we'll probably do a fan morph together. He would do RPM Green, I'll do Dino Fury again, because they went to me, and I blame Hasbro for that. So, yeah. Spawner for you. Skip for the point for the spawn for you. Okay. responding for you. We're gonna talk about disagreeing with it, when I agree with it, and I do disagree. So let's see if I find a video for him that I find I agree with it. Now I do agree with the wokeness and stuff that they actually did with this mask because of what they're actually done. First, I wanted to agree. Now, Hasbro did actually do a terrible mistake, and I think in the main reasons they are going so quiet because a lot of fans who actually complain about it, and I started to realize too, like Eastern Westerners started to realize about them. I mean, when I first realized, I mean, again, they always been good for 5 years when the last CGO is there, and now we got this guy, and you know what he's done. Chris Clark, I'm really disappointed. I'm blaming him for actually done because they actually made a mistake. And the other thing that I disagreed with about Simon Bennett, and it really is not actually Simon Bennett's fault. It's actually Hasbro's. The one person you should blame is Chris Clark, because they're the main rangers that water fans were pointing out. Because if you look on Dev's video, Dev's the fight phone scanner shout out to him, he would tell you what you talk about, but it's actually not Simon Bennett's fault. I know he did some opponents, but they're the one who actually did tone about it, the show, the old racistness. So it's not actually Simon Bennett's fault. It's actually Hasbro's fault for some reasons because they made a mistake to hire that guy. And I do agree with him. They actually hired him for some freaking reasons. They should have hired that they actually really care for the plan for development with the budget that actually care about it and give us a little more information about it than the last CEO does. Is Brian Gordon. He actually always care about and give us more brand and also respond because he would have responded with the most extent of this new CTO. They should have hired a better CTO who actually cares about it and love the idea, like me giving them the CTO an idea for the UT series while they and you don't even know is I'm doing a series with UT series with no wokeness and stuff because a lot of that series like forgot what this interview, but he was the one who played Waki. Shout out to this guy. And he also did his own series and always his own movie, and you got to give him the guy credit for stepping up and going against him for reason. But yeah, for example, it's not actually Simon Bennett's fault. It's actually I know he did some pongas with that because people don't understand it for your opinion, but it's actually Hasbro's fault for one reason. Because they didn't want to give them the idea for I do agree with you with the SPD and Time Force with the police and stuff because they always wanted to cancel the plan and just focus on kind of like the Neil Simone did. It's always about that too because I don't know. I feel like when they're trying to do it's like cancel the plan and just want to do their own thing and mix them together, but they don't want to do that kind of stuff. I'm trying to plan on it. Even Simon Bennett's trying to get rid of it, but they didn't actually don't want him to do it. And it's the same ways that they did, and the same ways that they're trying to do with Jason David Franks when Jason David Franks, and I remember once a year ago when Jason David Franks give Hasbro his idea about make his series and all that, they actually turned him down too. But it's not actually how it was. It was actually one of the people in it. and there's interest very much. Well, but yeah. The last CGO is just a little bit more better job, like because he would have won for Roger, but yeah, I do agree with that some reason, and sometimes I had, and some of the people things that I had to disagree with that too, yeah, and some of them, and I had to, and I disagree with just some reason about it because it's not Esri Sama, it's been his fault for some reasons, and I know he did make mistakes, but it's not actually his fault. Again, it's actually Hasbro's fault, and people should have blamed on that with the taunted fans on that because the wokeness mess that they going on to, and I don't know what's a big thing. When I find out when they're trying to do with Dino Fury, the taunted fans is trying to blame on Simon Bennett, and they sort of blame on Hasbro instead of them going on harassing him like that, which is, yeah, just really messes. Really bothers me a lot. So now, so you got to get this guy to quit. I mean, he did crazy stuff, and then I understand that, you know, he just wants to show the way he is. I mean, you got to remember, because it's actually dark now, you know. And my series that I'm doing is dark. Not that dark, but half dark. Because the word killed and stuff, kidnap, I think it start with season 2 when they're trying to use the word kidnap. Dabistan, the character who plays that, um, they're trying to use kidnap word. And I think the reason why they're going dark, I think they're going getting dark. I think it started with Beast Morphers. In season 2, they're going dark. I think they're going dark and getting dark in season 2 of Dino Fury. That's the reason why. So that's the main reason why Hasbro's with Chris Gunn, and I blame them for that series and what they told Simon Bennett about it. I really wish I would have known that soon. I would wish we would make a video about them not changing the game. Besides, keep it the genders the same it is. And just never make that all this mess up with this easy and her. You know. But that's how it is with them. And I also blame, but still, I blame the wasting their ass with done as well. Well, when it's even kids, so you should have done that. You never told them for being forced for anything. Because they're trying to force Simon Bennett for some reasons. I guess they're trying to force him with his wounds and stuff. I don't know. I mean, it bothers a lesson us, and that totally agreed. I mean, and I do have to disagree with you some reason, and sometimes I do agree with him. Yo, he knows. Let me see if I find real if I find. But that's actually the truth about Hasbro, that we don't care about it on the budget. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, you know. I mean, the reason why they shouldn't have done it carefully, if they are doing it, they need to focus on the franchise about them worry about politics and stuff and being forced about it, because I never wanted to believe in a lot. Now each of us realize it now. I used to think Simon Bennett, and I used to think the same way about Simon Bennett, but I think totally agree realized that it wasn't Simon Bennett. It's actually Haskell's. I don't know why they actually told Simon Bennett for not then. And you got to get him the credit because you can't actually force Simon Bennett for some reason with this idea for that, for main reason. So let's get started with the video. Oh, and there's only one thing you guys. There's only one thing you guys know. Criticize him, and the fans has the right to criticize them, but hate is the one thing. Criticize them, and oh, you just reminds me about that. Diversely. That's what it does. Diversely. And diversely. And I forgot. Diversely. Man, I forgot. Diversely. That's what it is. Diversely. I should have known that like a while ago. Hurry. Diversity. Because I'd always know about diversity, you know. People about diversity. I mean, Hasbro's always worried about diversity. I mean, that's why they worry about sponsors, but diversity. That's what it is. I shouldn't have mentioned about it. Diversity. You know, I mean, I gotta give you credit for give us an example about diversity, man. So, but yeah, diversity. That's why they care about is diversity. Besides thinking about, give an example for SPD and Time Force. They have priests, you know. Disney and Saban messing with it, but we disagree about Saban messing around with this mess. And criticizing and hate is not the same. It's actually different. Criticizing that people has likes to criticize or have an opinion about the shows that they don't like, and hating that they also hate people for some reasons. So that's the difference between them two. So it's really not as we had Simon Bennett's fault, because they forced him about and telling the stuff with the Power Rangers about their own series that these cameras had to do with the care about diversities, and that's why it is. We might have to do podcasts later on. I mean, you might have to do podcasts about diversity. I mean, they always want to do diversity, man, saying. And I totally agree with you about diversity stuff that they're trying to do of these series and put this on the mess on the Dining Fury, because if I was in charge of that, I will actually do the ritual, but focus on the darkness of the characters, get them the red wings off. Whoa. And everything. That's what it is. Diversity is actually one thing. But if you voice people about diversity, man, that don't love about their idea about it, you got to at least get them a credit and don't be a force of it. I understand that you wanted to do. Come on, that's pretty. Disney does differently. And you almost remind us of Neil Sopranos. And Hasbro's almost reminded about someone because they go on so quiet. And I don't want them to do that, because if they did, they're in water, and they're gonna lose a lot of fans with that, because they don't actually give us an information about it. because Bandai actually did a lot of good job. I mean, at least Bandai did sell us a lot of toys than they did when they had it, and then they took it. And I gotta agree with you. I mean, the only toys that I got is the morphers. That is it. Not anything else. Well, I think I had like my mom had the Game Boy stuff, but for me, I think I had like the figures and this little and this thing too. I had these morphers too. So that's what my spawn for Mr. Winterboy Nelson. If he wants this, sorry about you complaining about YouTube. What they actually done to you. That's what they did to you literally. It's really now you have Sonic's winner, and I'm really disappointed what they actually done. I mean, they did with like other brands. So Saturn 2 is Saturn 2, everybody. You guys are amazing. And Weezy Guy, you guys are great because you support the Money Heroes content. Let's get to it. And Mr. Weenieproductions, you guys know this. Mr. Weenieproductions make a lot of Power Rangers, fan morphs. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, shout out to the fan club video, and I did see his video. And then if you go look in there, I will see you and put this on the community post about his characters that he did. And he even mentioned that also that we don't know what this, because we been giving him a message. Each the fans like us gave him a message about information about everything. So I don't know how it's gonna go. So let's get started. Yeah. Sorry, it's my mom. Her birthday is this. At least I always want to hear it. So happy birthday, my mom. Happy birthday, my mom. Now it's my turn. My birthday is on the next. Oh yeah, that's what bothers. But yeah, like it's what bothers the people. What that person in occlusion, whatever you want to call that. Companies talk like that. It translates to we love diversity and all, but let me back up. Wait. Oh yeah, diversity and inclusion is about the fans right now. I mean, they never talked about it when the last CTO was here. Back in Disney days, and also Savant's days is actually, but we all knew about Savant and Disney crazy stuff. If it wasn't for them, he wouldn't come out like that. That's why we always wonder one thing. That's it. Companies talk like that. It translates to we love diversity and all, but so I do have to agree with you, Mr. Weenieproductions, about this Hasbro stuff. I mean, boy, I don't know why they've been talking about diversity stuff with the shows. I mean, I mean, as a kid, they never talked like that. They never been talked like that when serious, and that was different at the time. That was different at the time. They never talked like that. Then we had other couples like Hasbro's today. But before that, they never talk about diversity and this stuff. That's the reason why that we got the last CTO, which is Serious Mass right now. Wow. And they cannot, and I had to disagree honest with Hasbro. You cannot, like, they had a right to disagree to whatever they want. That's called criticize them about the shows and about the shows. You can't just like carousal with fans and don't care to what they're saying, because that's otherwise you're gonna also lose a lot of fans that make Power Rangers in the first place for one reason. And Mr. Mrweenieproductions had a right to criticize whatever he wants to. Yeah, so I don't know why Hasbro does that. And I know how some of the fans like us and sometimes I don't care about the rumors. Sometimes I do not. Other rumors on the left. It's like someone says like, "Oh, just give it a small spicy." You gotta find out. But the point is, you can't just ask the Hasbro's cannot ask me, do you know? I mean, you had rights to criticize whatever you want, because I had to agree with you at some point. Hasbro's cannot do it, man. And they actually cannot. You cannot actually do that to the fans like Mr. Mrweenieproductions, because fans have rights to criticize. You can't force people and force the fans like that, because otherwise they would have hate on you so very much. That's the reason why. That's why the ways your fans should have been blamed on Hasbro's forcing people for disagree with you to agree whatever the diversity is and all that, instead of you blaming on Simon Bennett. Because it wasn't Simon Bennett fault for coming with this number. It's basically his own Hasbro's, because the wokeness, and you guys have been explaining it to you. I mean, and you've been, and I've been seeing it on Earth like weeks ago, diversity and inclusions, and you guys love it. And I understand that, but I can't actually doing that. In my series, when I make the YouTube of that, none of this stuff would have to be there. Yeah. And some of the reasons some of these toys is not accurate, except the Mighty Morphin, those are at our Hasbro's as we did. It's still good. But the other thing they didn't do is some of the morphers like Beast Morphers, Dino Fury, and that's the reason why I buy these two, because they were accurate. Bandai actually did that just like they did in the show. That's the reason I didn't buy it, because they're not actually good. Because they're posted going on television, looking at the shows look like, and use this one. They should have used it and print the thing and put a keynote in it. But they didn't. They just was to do it and just use this one. And so did this. Both of them is they supposed to be accurate like the Japanese ones. That's the reason why I buy that, because they're not as good as this one. The only they were good is this one. That is it. And the Zia one is actually good too. But these ones, and on again, the Japanese one, they should have actually put the helmet for this one. totally understand it one, but I like this one's better than the American ones because they were actually complete and West do that, and besides taking their time on that. They should have like looking on the show and on it because if you look on Dev's video on that, Dev's videos on that, the Fighter podcast on that, he would tell you about the morphers, what it should have been looked like in the show, the plot ones that Simon Bennett been showing you, and they supposedly didn't even do. So that's why people have likes to criticize them. They actually want it, and you can't tell the fans or force the fans whatever they ever want. That's because you probably that's reason why people not only for violence but for brands like War Games and Transformers. I know you guys been working on a week, and I totally understand it, but that's the reason why I'm very disappointed because you didn't come over here for 2 years when I emailed you about the show. Like my series that I did for a couple of years. Not a couple of years, but 2 years. And the same reason that Jason David Franks gave you an idea about the show, about them coming over. Sorry, not the same reason that Jason David Franks just gave you an idea about what's he call it? He gave you an idea about his project that he was doing, and you really dishonors this guy like that, like him. That's the main reason you should never done to him in the first place. None of this stuff would never happen. It wasn't for you guys. He would still be here. Because he loved diversity and stuff, and that's got to know the reasons what the fans actually promote for what they actually give you when you want. When Mr. mrweenieproductions told you what criticize, and you dishonor this guy like the YouTube. That's the reason why he quit. Well, he's not quit the YouTube, and he's only will take it a blame and put this on the new thing. His new rubber. As a video, the new website. Criticism is not hate. It's actually true. Criticism is not hate. Hate and criticism is different. Because it's wings and wings is actually different. So shout out to him. Shout out to Mr. mrweenieproductions for that. And you're right. There are differences. And again, it's not Simon Bennett's fault for doing this stuff. He's just a director. He's not all charge of the producers. He just producers or directing, you want to call it. It's not actually for Simon Bennett's fault. Hasbro's the one that the fans should have been blaming on him. I know he has some plugins that, and again, I know Simon Bennett has a plugin because he's drunk plugin for 3 years ago. I don't know why they didn't mention about it before. But Hasbro's, and that's the reason why I'm disappointed him for not coming over there in my state, to do with a project with us, with my series that you guys love, Diversity is Mass, man. After 2 years that literally told my teachers in Parkside about them coming over and helping with this project, and I wrote a script about that, and you didn't bother to help me. That's pretty messed up that has been done. It's mrweenieproductions if he wants this, aka John. You know, sorry about that when they trying to do to you about it, man. I don't blame you what you think has to be done. And you're not the only one. There's a lot of people like that blame on handfuls with their has to be done. And there should never blame on Simon Bennett. And I had to disagree with you on it, you know. It's not really got to do with Simon Bennett. I mean, he's just a director for this. It's not his fault for one reason. Haspel's the one who actually told about the version with his idea about the series and so with the new series that they're supposed to be filming in New Zealand about it. That's the reason why they hate on him because of this mess, diversity. Didn't even mention about it, diversity. You know, that's what the reason why I spawned to Mr. Winter Boston because of how the people who actually treat him like Jason David Franks. And I know how Jason David Franks feels, man. And also, not only that, they also wanted to be canceled of fans. I mean, you're a good company. If you did as a fans like this, I feel like a lot of fans and they're going to end up going to sell the brand while they're focused on their project of the reboot of Power Rangers. Look at me. I did like two. I'm about to do this one and finish this one. But the time it would be finished, April would get here. That's why we're going to start at. And I even posted on there on Instagram about the brand. The new logo of Power Rangers. And I make that what that's called CapCut. That's an ad that you make stuff for the commercial on. But and again, I don't mind being cheesy, only just a little bit, because they're going dark. For my series, I'm going to do a little cheesy, it's half dark. That's it. I'm gonna be a little cheesy. It's gonna be a little cheesy, and it's gonna be half dark. But it's gonna be focusing on the fight scenes but it's gonna be using the words killed and terrorists. But they're gonna use the word die and killed because they're going dark. Because Power Rangers is going dark. It's been dark since it's not actually Controversy yet. It's actually Beast Morphin because I think they're starting doing use the word QNet and all this stuff. So that's the reason why for that. I mean, when I was little, they never even mentioned about it, and now I realize it now that they use it. They love about diversity, and I mean that's pretty a sort of disappointed fans for one reason, and I don't know what's going on. With this woke stuff nowadays. Sorry, political. political. Oh yeah, it almost sounds the same. But they are political. That's the logum. That's why they are forced. And whoever, it's not going to. It is political. I'm telling you, if it's not political and low, then why that the person who makes the comments for when the production videos think it's winning? People always knows it is. And again, people have ways to criticize whoever they want. So I don't know. And like I said, the reboot, they will probably do some changes stuff. And I wish I would have done more than that, but I gotta go work tomorrow. Well, not as well, but community class at Lord Sword. That's what I'm going to have. It started in September, the end of September, almost the end of September, and started in October. And they don't want to do with the Trumps or political. Like, come on. They really need to focus on the franchise instead of them focusing on political and diversity. Instead of them, that's the reason why whoever the idea is this, is really not actually Simon Spanish fault again. I know he has he has some problems for that. But the movie is actually, the writing is actually worse for 2017 movie. It's worse. That's why we can, if you want to see me, the podcast with, I will put some link on there. I should have done that when I first started in that area before I started live streams on it. That's the reason why. Who knows? But yeah. That's why I'm gonna explain it back. But you guys know he gave me the one criticizing that. I will put it in the link on there. Shout out to him. And I'm sorry about the Ukrainian right there. And I'm very disappointed what Hassel actually did. Because they didn't even bother to come over there after 2 years that I wrote a script and they're supposed to help me in that. But mostly I figured over something and get them an idea about it. And I even planted a role on it. Like, if you want, you can't do it more things. You gotta have more people to do for us. Like a lot of people to do for us. Not just one thing, but everything you guys did is cancel that. And you're not the only one. I was very upset too about for them not come over there with this idea and stuff. And that's the reason why I started to write a script. It will be no woven done political right there in my series. Because it would be different. It would be cops. You know that. Because in Mighty Morphin, in the old days, and in the 90s, and Mighty Morphin, they always only had cops. But mostly Time Wars and SPD is all part of our cards. It's like Civil War for adventure, for example. So you can't just actually hit on it and just cancel the plan about it. Like, you can't just hate about political and just talking about political about it. Because that's the reason why that Mr. Wonderful doesn't, and the Western then gave you an idea about it. Like, you can't cancel the plan for not hating on it. Because if you're going dark, you got to make it white and get the fans as they want it. So, Mr. Wonderful Production, if you watch this, That's what I'm doing. I'm writing a script. It's called Once Off. It's called Once Over Here. I know you can't see that, but hold on. Let's see if I put this on there. If you want to know in there, it's called Once Upon a Hill of a New Ranger. And I wrote this for the anniversary for Dino Thunder because I wanted to make it so badly to happen. If you guys know it for my harassing earlier, that's the reason why I didn't make these podcasts because of I emailed Anspo a few days ago. I was very disappointed that they blocked it, my email messages about them. That's why I wanted to make it during the hiatus when they start doing the podcast. Doing the reboot. Yeah. That's the reason why they're going so far and listen to this DNA diversity vertical. We had some of the fans that they wanted to sell it because they get ranked better more toys, or they probably can send it back to Bandai because Bandai would make a lot of good toys again. After it happens, and meet possible with chance to meet one again of their budget. Now, if the toys is not good, then they will probably need to send someone else need to send an extra money. Yeah. If it does happen again, then and like I said, the reboot, we might see it, we might knows. But again, from Traducing for I will put a link on there so send it to him. I really don't like the fact that he gives me, but shout out to Dev Fighter Podcast. I will put a link in the videos being talking about people's opinions about it because of the reboot. And like I said earlier, but the time they be done with the reboot 2 years or about a year later, the people like us, they would still be watching my YouTube series right now, and I will be posting on it sooner. But the time to be finished with the reboot, they're probably not going to watch it because a lot of people will be watching our short films off the anniversary, and they will realize that they're really done. That's the reason why they need to focus on the franchise and really cares and promote it what they're actually want, instead of them focus on this one, that, and that. So I don't. Yeah. Shout out to mrweenieproductions production. Yeah, why did criticism and you know, do it care that's why I didn't talk about disagree about him about Simon Bennett. Yeah. But before I go, I'm gonna tell you guys I'll show you guys of this one. But before I end this live stream, I will show you guys this one. Did I post on it? I will tell you a story about SOS Senior Powers. Then I'm going to write a script about it for the 20 years anniversary of Power Rangers Dino Dinner. And I'm going to start voicing it of Ethan. And I heard he did, we do, voice Power Rangers Dino Thunder. beast morphers good connection and making bad in that episode, season 2. Shout out to these guys and whoever the actor who voiced Dino Dunderland. I believe to love him to have him on my series because they didn't get him enough credit to do that. So I might as well let him be in my series, YouTube series. I will give him a lot of more lines over there for Tommy. Somebody will voice Tommy, who is Resident Unique. Dr. Arner for 2004. So it's gonna be about 2004, back in 20 years ago, when, and that's the part will be Jason, the original Red Ranger will be Ethan. He always meet Cole, but Cole is gonna be introduced to Jason, the original Red Ranger, because Ethan did see Dr. Arthur friends from back in the day. And Kat, I think he did make Kat and back in Zeal. So, Kinsey guys know Kat is Ashley Thomas' wife now. I think they're probably married then. So I don't know. So it will be enough. It will be tomorrow. We'll have to make a video of Spawn, Jason, Damon, also St. John. But we'll make an interview with him on April. So shout out to these guys. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the greatest, and the reason why you are the greatest because you support the Mighty Heroes. And guess what? Mighty Heroes, a year, and we're about to go on this. So yeah, it's almost a year. Next month will be a year. I will start making a more done late, whatever, done Neil, whatever you want to call it. But I will make it on the community post. And I'm going to start making that sooner or later. Who knows? But again, thank you guys for watching that. If you guys liking that, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, give it 1,000 likes. Give it 1,000 likes if you want. Also to John supporting him. So I will start making a video tomorrow about Austin Son, the original Red Ranger, trying to make it comfortable. So you know. But we all know we don't want him to get in trouble. Because he's a Red Ranger all the times and we don't want that. I know they got some issues of his drama against him and we don't want them to be fighting each other, in my opinion. From my honest opinion. Because I don't want them to get into stuff in trouble. I am playing them very badly. I'm very played, and I don't want them to be in seriously mess like this. We want them to be cool as possible. So yeah, we'll end it up them, and then we'll freaking out some questions, and then we'll find and figure out some cool fundings we'll do in the podcast in April, and then he will have to guess what range of characters, and I know, like I said, I know what characters he can come up with that, so, yeah. I will make it available to also St. John tomorrow, and he is also the White Ranger at all times. He's also my friend's favorite too. Mostly for me, who's the popular is Jason David Things. I believe I would have done that sooner. So yeah. Shout out to him. I'll catch you guys waiting on. And shout out to you guys. You guys are amazing of the Mighty Heroes of podcast. So yeah. Catch you guys waiting on. And also, it's morphin time. And there's only one more thing. It's morphin time. Ha! And I'll kiss you guys tomorrow when I sing. We're gonna sing these things. We're gonna talk about a series of Once and Always. Not Once and Always. But tomorrow I sings will be about Once Upon a Time. Tomorrow I sings will be talking about Once Upon a Time of New Year. I will tell you about it. And I will show you an example of these rangers, virtual monsters, 3 original monsters, also few original monsters and all that. But yeah, kiss you guys for on. See you in the tomorrow like sings and Ranger out.